Yes, I'm just trying to clarify that that is what you're saying now, because you knew this information in May of 2024 already, but you saying you didn't know the identity of the hit orderer in May 2024, but you knew that the contract killers were linked to the deceased Mswazi, and they needed to find out, the CI and the investigators needed to find out who these guys are working for now that the deceased is no more.
That's correct.
Okay. And now that person that gets accused of being involved in the murder in December 2024 and is arrested is Mr. Molefe, who you say originates from the deceased Mswazi.
Which I say, information I got say so. Because you are making as if I know.
Yes.
And then I came with it.
Well, I'm talking about what you're communicating to witness A. When you're speaking to witness A, you say this person was part of Mswazi's group. And you're referring to Mr. Molefe.
Yes.
Yes. So you know that. That is what you've been told, according to you. We are on the same page.
No,
I'm just...
You're tricking me again.
I'm really not tricking you, General. I think it's because I'm in agreement with you that you think I'm tricking you.
I said I was told the information. So if you say I know is something else, it's different. I don't know. That is my understanding.
But General, if you are told something, then you know it. Somebody tells you something, you know it. That's all. I think you think I'm tricking you because I'm in agreement with you.
The moment you just watched captures one of the more tense exchanges at the Madlanga Commission this week. The commission, chaired by Mbuyiseli Madlanga, is examining allegations surrounding influence, financial dealings, and relationships between certain individuals and business networks. During this session, attention turned to the testimony of Shibiri. Investigators began asking detailed questions about his interactions, the circumstances surrounding certain meetings, and the explanations he provided regarding those interactions. What stood out in this exchange was the tone of the questioning. The evidence leaders were not simply gathering background information. Instead, they appear to be testing whether Shibiri's explanations aligned with other information already before the commission. In commissions of inquiry, moments like these are important. When investigators return to the same topic repeatedly, it often signals that they are comparing a witness's testimony with other evidence or statements already on record. That is why this exchange quickly became one of the most closely watched parts of the hearing.
With Brigadier Modise, we re-establishing the contact through subsequent conversation that I came to understand that Madlanga was highly involved in the security industry, provided a VIP security protection service to the business persons and entities. My impression of him was that he was reserved in nature and his interactions were limited and informal. Since then, Mr. Madlanga would occasionally seek advice regarding personal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not present him in my official legal capacity. I did not represent him in my official legal capacity, nor did I intervene in any investigation process.
This moment reveals something important about how the commission is approaching the investigation. Rather than focusing on isolated events, investigators appear to be examining networks of relationships and interactions between individuals connected to the broader issues under review. When Shibiri was asked about these connections, the questioning shifted toward specific details such as meetings, timelines, and the nature of those interactions. That approach is common in inquiries like this. Testimony from one witness is often compared with information provided by others. If different accounts emerge, investigators begin examining documents, communications, and other records to determine which explanation aligns with the available evidence. As a result, even small details discussed during these hearings can become significant when placed within a larger investigation.
Thank you. General, just before I deal with the new topic, I know you said earlier on, and probably out of frustration, that we are trying to push a narrative. I can assure you that we are not. And you will recall that in our engagements, you had indicated your displeasure at how a certain issue was addressed regarding the Musa Kaula matter, that you were not satisfied with the withdrawal of the allegation that was, or the proposition that was put before the commission, that you were the person that sent the WhatsApp message that said Chomi. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
And when I spoke to you yesterday, you had indicated that you were not that happy with how it was addressed. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. It wasn't our intention, General, to make light of the fact that that was actually a withdrawal. So I do want to place it on the record, Chair, that during the evidence of Sergeant Nkosi, and you will recall that when you met with Mr. Chaskelson before you gave your evidence, he did indicate that he would rectify this publicly. That during the evidence of Mr. Nkosi, an incorrect proposition was put by Mr. Chaskelson to Mr. Nkosi that the message, I don't know if Ms. Poe can display it, the message that refers to Chomi, don't run the story, you recall that? That was in fact a message that was sent from you to Mr. Kaula, correct? That is what the proposition was.
Yes.
And that Mr. Chaskelson indicated to you as an incorrect proposition. And in fairness to Mr. Chaskelson as well, in that discussion, he also said to you that your good friend Sergeant Nkosi ought to have corrected him and said to him it's not the correct proposition, but Sergeant Nkosi didn't do so. You heard that evidence, correct?
That's correct.
Taken together, the moments we've just examined highlight the broader purpose of the Madlanga Commission. The inquiry was established to investigate allegations that certain individuals and networks may have exercised influence within key state institutions or benefited from relationships that raise concerns about accountability. Hearings like this are designed to gather information from witnesses who may have knowledge about these interactions, financial arrangements, or decision-making processes. Testimony from witnesses, such as Shibiri, forms part of a much larger investigative process. In many commissions of inquiry, the most important findings do not emerge from a single dramatic moment. Instead, they develop gradually as investigators compare statements from multiple witnesses and test those statements against documentary evidence. This process can reveal patterns, inconsistencies, or connections that were not immediately obvious when individual testimonies were first presented. As more witnesses appear before the commission, investigators will continue building a clearer picture of how different individuals and events may be linked. That is why sessions like this attract such close public attention. They offer a rare opportunity for the public to observe how a formal inquiry examines complex allegations step by step, testing each piece of information before drawing conclusions.